I am Dr. W. Gunale from Kamlananu Mahavidyalaya, Nagpur. Today we are going to discuss the coordination compound, and in this coordination compound, today we are going to see the valence bond theory, in short VBT, for the transition metal complexes. And we are going to see also here what are the different types of hybridization, and also the magnetic criteria, and after that what are the important postulates of valence bond theory. And in this we are going to see the D1, D2, D3, and after that D4, D5, D6 inner orbital complex and outer orbital complexes. So our today's topic is the coordination compound, and in this coordination compound we are going to see the valence bond theory of transition metal complexes. And this VBT is very important. As we know, there are different types of theories: BBT, MOT, CFT, LFT. Different theories are there to explain the formation of complex. And valence bond theory is the one important method in the beginning to explain the structure of the transition metal complexes. And here, as already we have seen what is the Werner's theory of coordination compound, and Sidgwick interpretation for the coordination compound. We shall also now going to discuss here to explain the bonding and properties of these coordination compounds. And this theory mainly is given by, or this valence bond theory is mainly given by Pauling, and it is further extended by the hygiene scientists. Today this theory now replaced by modern theories like crystal field theory and ligand field theory. But still this theory VBT is useful for explaining the various experimental observations and explain accurately the stereoisomerism and magnetic properties of large number of complexes. And important postulates of this theory are given in the slide. And these important postulates of this valence bond theory, or important points of this valence bond theory are, these are the 5 important points. Remember all these important 5 points. Number 1 is a central atom, and central atom, according to the valence bond theory, central atom or ion makes available the appropriate number of vacant orbital for bonding with the ligand. As we know that complex is formed between metal and ligand, and metal should have vacant orbital and ligand should have lone pair of electrons. So central metal atom should have the vacant orbital, and this metal atom or ion make available appropriate number of vacant orbital for bonding with the ligands, because ligand donate electron pair and metal should have vacant orbital. So this is first point. And second point is hybridization of orbital. As we know that there are different types of orbitals: s orbital, p orbital, d orbital, and they have different energy, and these different energy orbital undergoes hybridization and forming a new orbital of equivalent energy. So here this is the second part, hybridization of orbital. Since the orbitals are of different energy, they undergo hybridization and give a new set of orbitals of equivalent energy, and this new orbitals is known as hybrid orbital. Third point is the ligand. As we know, detail about already we have seen what are the types of ligand, what is ligand. So group attached to central metal ion in the complex is known as ligand, and ligand should have lone pair of electron, and during formation of complex, ligand should donate this electron pair, this lone pair, to the vacant orbital of metal. So here third point is the ligand. Each ligand has lone pair of electron in the orbital of one of its atom. And fourth is a bond formation. As we know now, the bond formation, that bond form is a coordinate bond, and this coordinate bond is formed by donation of electron pair from ligand to the metal, vacant orbital of metal. So bond formation is take place. Sigma bond is formed by overlap of vacant orbital of metal and orbital of ligand, and this bond is known as the coordinate bond, shown by the arrow. So coordinate bond in these complexes, one is a donor and second is a acceptor. So in this case, ligand is a donor, electron pair donor, and metal is a electron pair acceptor. So this bond formed by donation of electron pair and by acceptance of electron pair, this bond is known as the coordinate bond. And that is why the study of these compounds, coordination compound, is known as the coordination compound. So this is the reason that the chemistry of this is known as the coordination chemistry, because they contain coordination bond. And fifth point is geometry of the complex. Because of the hybrid orbital have definite orientation in the space, the complex have definite arrangement or geometry of, and different geometry in the complexes generally commonly found is a octahedral, inner orbital, outer orbital, after that square planar and tetrahedral. These are the three common geometry observed in case of the complexes. One is octahedral, then square planar and then tetrahedral. So these are the important 5 points to explain the formation of complex by using valence bond theory. So this is the VBT. Which explain the formation of complexes, and these are the important postulates of valence bond theory. Now before going to see the examples of formation of complexes, now here the hybridization, what are the different types of hybridization which are taking place in the complexes. So here first is a D2sp3 hybridization, and D2sp3 hybridization means, as we know what is D2sp3, this hybridization involves the mixing of 2d, 1s and 3p orbital and forming 6 D2sp3 hybrid orbital, and 6 orbitals are there, therefore the complex is octahedral, and inner orbital complex, octahedral but inner orbital complex, because we are using d orbital, inner d orbital, therefore the hybridization is D2sp3, and because of the inner d orbital we are using, and that is why the complex is known as inner orbital complex. So first is a D2sp3 type of hybridization, and number 2 is a sp3d2 hybridization. In case of sp3d2, again 6 here, 1s, 3p and 2d orbital undergo hybridization and forming 6 hybrid orbital of equivalent energy and shape, and again now the complex is octahedral and it is an outer orbital complex, because we are using d orbital, outer d orbital, and therefore it is known as outer orbital complex. So this sp3d2 is a octahedral complex and it is also a outer orbital complex. And third one is a dsp2 hybridization. In this case the dsp2 1d, 1s and 2p orbital undergo hybridization and forming square planar complexes. So geometry in this case of hybridization is square planar. And fourth one is sp3 hybridization. In this case 1s, 3p orbital undergo hybridization and forming the complex which is having the geometry tetrahedral geometry. So this is known as tetrahedral complexes. So 4 types of hybridization occurring in the formation of complex. So another criteria, that is magnetic criteria. We know that the number of unpaired electrons and magnetic moments are related with each other by the formula shown here, and in case of magnetic properties of the complex ion and free metal ions are different, and Pauling made the use of magnetic data to find the number of unpaired electron in the given complex. Theoretically the number of unpaired electron and magnetic moment are related by the formula. It is shown mu is equals to square root of n into, so this is the formula, mu is equals to under root n into n plus 2 bm, bm for Bohr magneton. This is the mu, this is mu is known as magnetic moment, n is the number of unpaired electron present in the species, and bm is the Bohr magneton. It is the unit of magnetic moment. So these are the hybridization and magnetic criteria. By using this formula, if the number of unpaired electrons are given, we can determine the magnetic moment. If magnetic moment is given, we can determine the number of unpaired electrons present in that complex ion or complex species. Now after this we are going to see the complexes having d1, d2, d3 configuration. D1, D2, D3 means the d orbital contain 1 electron, d orbital contain 2 electron, d orbital contain 3 electrons. So if D1, D2, D3 configurations, we are when the center metal ion have 1, 2, 3 electron in all of them, then all of them will be remain unpaired and occupy the first 3 d orbital. Resulting complex is octahedral. In this case we are going to see the example of formation of complex ion, and in case of D1, D2, D3 and 5d orbitals are there. So first 3 orbitals have 1 electron, 2 electron or 3 electron, maximum 3, and all these 3 are the unpaired electron. And in this case, example of this type of complex is the formation of hexammine chromium ion. This is the complex ion, hexammine chromium, and this in this case, as we know, chromium in this complex, chromium is in +3 oxidation state, and complex is an octahedral shape and it is paramagnetic. So this complex is octahedral because coordination number is 6, and in this case in this complex the metal this complex have +3 oxidation state. Here this complex should have 3+. So chromium have, this is neutral, so 3+ is here. So chromium have 3+ charge, and this is because of the unpaired electron, this is paramagnetic. So remember three important things about the complex: oxidation state plus the complex is octahedral and the shape, and it is having paramagnetic in nature. Now in case of complex, in this complex, chromium having atom number 24, and the ground state configuration is argon 3d 5 4s 1. This is the configuration. So chromium 3 plus have, that is the ground state configuration, 3d 5 4s 1. Now chromium 3 plus, in this complex chromium is in a plus 3 state, so 3 electron loss, 2 from 1 from the 4s and 2 from the d. So 1 electron from this and 2 from this is a loss of electron, and chromium 3 plus have the configuration 3d3. This is the configuration of chromium 3 plus. Chromium metal have configuration 3d5 4s1, as we know. 3d5 4s1, 3 electron loss, 1 from this and 2 from this. Now the configuration of chromium 3 plus ion is a 3d3, 1 2 3. So this is the case of d3. This is the example of d3 ion configuration, and in case of chromium, this is the ground state configuration of chromium 3 plus ion having 3d3. And now already these two orbitals are vacant, and therefore there is no any other excited state. In this case, no excited state, because already having the d orbital having two orbital vacant, and chromium 3 plus in hybridized state. So in this case, 2 d orbital, 1 s orbital and 3 p orbital undergoes hybridization and forming 6 sp3 d2 d2 sp3 hybrid orbital. So these are the 6 d2 sp3 vacant hybrid orbital. And now the next step is the formation of complex. So in this case, now these 3 electrons are agitators in a 3 orbital, and now these are the 6 1 2 3 4 5 6 in the vacant orbital of this chromium. 6 ammonia, 1 ammonia have 1 lone pair, and 6 ammonia are here. So this ammonia donate 1 electron pair, here also donate. So 6 ammonia donate 6 electron pair to the vacant orbital of chromium and forming the coordinate bond. So in this way, this is the formation of complex, and 6 ammonia donate electron pair and forming the coordinate bond, and so this is the complex having the hybridization D2sp3, 2d, 1s and 3p. D2sp3 hybridization and hybrid bonds are formed between chromium and 6 ammonia. The geometry of this complex is octahedral, and because of the presence of 3 unpaired electrons, it is a paramagnetic in nature. So a magnetic property, hybridization, and the geometry can be here shown for the formation of this examining chromium 3 plus complex. So this is D1, D2, D3, and D1, D2 also having similar this similar type, and D3 we have taken the example of formation, how the D3 type of configuration and example of this complex we have seen here. Now next part is the complexes with D4, D5, D6 configuration. In case of D4, D5, D6 configuration, now what is D4? So D4 is shown, 3D4. So D4 having 4 electrons, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1 orbital is vacant. In case of D5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, D having 5 electrons, so no orbital vacant. In case of D6, 1 electron goes in 5 orbital and 6th electron get paired, and now the unpaired electrons are 4, but no orbital vacant. So this is the situation in case of D4, D5 and D6. This is the arrangement of the this is the configuration for D4, D5, D6. Now in case of D4, D5, D6, there are two important observations, and there are two cases, and we can say that 3d orbital are not vacant and hence not available for the hybridization in any of the above in this case. Hence these ions will form complexes in which there are two cases. Number one, there is a rearrangement of electron, and two 3d orbital are made vacant. There are two possibilities in this case. Here is no any orbital vacant, but here is one. So we want for D2sp3 hybridization, we require 2 orbital d orbital vacant. So either they can be the electron in the d orbital can be rearranged and make we can make the 2 d orbital vacant. Another case is that next higher orbital are used in hybridization without disturbing this arrangement. Different cases can arise. So depending upon that, these two electron can be shifted here, rearrangement, or without disturbing this we can use another d orbital, that is higher d orbital. So two possibilities are there, and therefore there are two types of complexes. One is inner orbital complex and second case is a outer orbital complex. If we are using inner d orbital, then complex is called inner orbital complex. If we are using outer d orbital, then that is called the outer orbital complex. So now first we are going to see what is meant by inner orbital complex and involving d2sp3 hybridization. Inner means we are using inner d orbital. So in case of inner orbital complex involving d2sp3 hybridization, in this case the examples are shown here. Here for D4, D5 and D6. So this is the metal ion having the D4, this is metal ion having D5, this is metal ion having the D6, and these are the examples of this metal ion showing D4, D5, D6, and the hybridization is D2sp3 in all these complexes. And now we are going to see the formation of these complexes in the next slide. So in case of D4, formation of hexacyanomanganese complex are here. So in this case manganese having the atom number 25, and the ground state configuration is 3d argon 3d5 4s2. So here 3d5 4s2. Now Mn in a 3 plus state. So 2 electron from 4s and 1 from the d orbital is lost, and having Mn 3 plus have this type of configuration 3d4. So this is the d4. So 4 electrons are there, 1 2 3 4. So it is the d4. D orbital have 4 electrons, therefore it is known as d4. And Mn3 plus is a D4 configuration. And now we want it undergo D2sp3 hybridization. So we require 2 d orbital vacant. So here is 1. So this electron is shifted here. So rearrangement is possible. And this electron is shifted here. So in excited state, manganese have the configuration. This electron shifted here and made this orbital vacant. So in this way, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These orbital undergo hybridization and forming 6 D2sp3 hybrid orbital of equal energy. And now formation of complex. So these 6 orbitals are vacant, and 6 CN cyano group ligand donate electron pair to this vacant orbital and forming D2sp3 hybridization and forming the coordinate bond with the ligand and metal, and therefore the hybridization is D2sp3. So this complex is having the hybridization D2sp3, and also it is a paramagnetic because of the having unpaired electron, and also it is inner orbital complex. Another example of D5 and Fe3 plus is the metal, and this is the example hexacyanoferrate, and here iron, and in this case Fe having the atom number 26, and ground state configuration of Fe is a argon 3d6 4s2. So 3d6 4s2, but now Fe3 plus in this complex Fe is in a plus 3 state. So the 2 electron from this, and here 3d6 and 4s1. So 3 electron loss, 2 from this and 1 from this, and now remaining electrons are d5. So 1 2 3 4 5. So 5 unpaired electrons are there. Fe3 plus have 5 unpaired electron and no orbital vacant. So we have to shift these 2 electron in the excited state. Shift this electron here and it get paired here, and 2 orbital made vacant. Again now 2d orbital 1 s and 3p orbital undergo hybridization and forming 6 hybrid orbital, and this 6 this ligand donate electron pair 1 2 3 4 5 6 here, and forming the coordinate bond, and this undergo D2sp3 hybridization with 1 unpaired electron. Again this is the paramagnetic. Number of unpaired electrons are 1. Here number of unpaired electrons are 2, and again they show octahedral geometry and the low spin complexes, and also hybridization is D2sp3 hybridization. And another D6, this is Fe or cobalt. We can take cobalt 3 plus. So cobalt have atom number 27. Configuration in the ground state is argon 3d7 4s2. So 4s2 electron loss and 1 from this, and now having 6 electron here. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 3d6. So d6. D orbital of 6 electrons. So d6 configuration. And in the excited state we have to make these 2 orbital vacant. So these 2 electrons are shifted here and now here, and these 2 orbitals made vacant. Again now these orbitals 2d 1s and 3p orbital undergo hybridization and forming hybrid orbital is D2sp3. Again now this ligand or this ligand 6 ligand donate electron pair and forming coordinate bond with the metal ion, and these undergo D2sp3 hybridization. So in this way these are the examples of complexes of D4, D5, D6. configuration and formation of this complex can be explained on the basis of valence bond theory. And in short, we can say that these are in short we can say that in case of D4, D5, D6, here these complexes can be described in the short as a 3 point we have to remember. Number one, in case of D4, D5, D6, 3 important points are there. Number one is all these are octahedral complex because D2sp3. Second is inner orbital complex because we are using inner d orbital, and third is low spin complexes because here in case of D4 here 2 electrons unpaired, here is 1 and here is no. So we can say that these complexes are low spin complexes. So in short also we say that inner orbital complexes are low spin complexes. And these are the inner orbital complex, octahedral complex, D2sp3 hybridization we have seen here and with the example of complex. And next one is a outer orbital complex involving to see the outer orbital complex involving sp3d2 hybridization, and outer orbital d orbital we are using, therefore it is the known as outer orbital complex as we know. Again now we are discussing the d4, d5, d6. In case of metal ion, examples are given chromium 2 plus or Mn3 plus, and these are the metal ion and the corresponding complex of this metal ion, and having d4, d5, d6 configuration. And we are going to discuss the formation of complex that is called outer orbital complexes. So in case of d4, chromium 2 plus, and so hexa echo chromium 2 plus complex, and in this case chromium have the ground state configuration argon 3d5 4s1, and here chromium is in a 2 plus, so one electron from this and one from this is lost, and we have d4 configuration. So chromium 2 plus have d4 configuration, so this is shown here. And now here, because here we are not disturbing the 3d orbital because we are using the outer 4d orbital for the hybridization, and therefore there is no any excited state. And in the formation of complex, these orbital we are using 1s, 3p and 2d orbital. D orbital we are using outer, and therefore it is called outer orbital complex. So 1s, 3p, 4d, 2d orbital undergo hybridization and forming sp3d2 6 hybrid orbital of equivalent energy, and here 6 ligand water donate electron pair to the vacant orbital and forming the coordinate bond, and therefore this is the and number of unpaired electron in the complex are the 4, number of electrons are more, and therefore it is high spin complexes. So again here we can say that this complex undergo sp3d2 hybridization. It is outer orbital complex and also the high spin complexes. Another example is d5. In case of d5, this is the example of formation of FeF6 3 minus, and in this case also Fe in the complex Fe is in a plus 3 state. So this is the here Fe have atom number 26, configuration is 3d6 4s2. Again 3 electron loss, 4 from 2 electron 4 and 4s and 1 electron from 3d, and now this is the case of, and remaining electrons are now d5, so this is the case of d5. And Fe3 plus have 5 electron in the 3d orbital, and we are using outer 4d orbital, therefore again there is no any excited state, and these are the orbital 1s, 3p and 2d orbital undergo hybridization forming sp3d2 hybrid orbital of equal energy, and the 6 ligand fluorine donate electron pair to the vacant orbital and forming the coordinate bond, and this is the formation of FeF6 3 minus ion. And again this is the example, and complex of 5 unpaired electron, large number of unpaired electrons, and therefore this is high spin complexes. And another example of d6 Fe2 plus. Now this is the complex. In this complex this is ammonia is neutral having 2 plus, so this is the charge of Fe2 plus, so Fe have 2 plus charge, and in this case 3d again we are using outer d orbital, so Fe2 plus have 2 plus is that only 2 electron loss, so 1 from 2 from 4s, and these are the 6 electrons, so this is the d case, 3d or d6 configuration. And in this case now these are the orbital undergo hybridization, and 6 ligand donate electron pair to the vacant orbital of hybrid orbital and forming the 6 coordinate bond, and so in all the 3 complexes again we can say that in short all these complexes we can for this complexes we can in short we can say that we can describe these complexes as number one. Again, three important points we have to remember. Number one, all these complexes are octahedral complexes. Number two, all these complexes are outer orbital complexes. Number three, all these complexes are high spin complexes. So remember the three important points: octahedral complex, outer orbital complex, and high spin complexes. So we have seen the D4, D5, D6, D2, sp3 and sp3, D2, inner orbital and outer orbital complexes. So both the type of complexes we have seen. Now what is the difference between inner orbital and outer orbital complex, octahedral complex? Here 4 points of differences have been given. First is the inner and second is the outer orbital. As we know what is inner orbital complex, these orbitals are formed. Complexes are formed by the D2 sp3 hybridization, and these complexes are formed by the sp3 D2, because depending upon the inner orbital used or outer orbital we use for the hybridization. Second one is these complexes have comparatively lesser number of unpaired electrons. Already we have seen the example of complexes, and these complexes contain a large number of unpaired electrons. Therefore, they are high speed and these are the low speed. And so these complexes are formed by the strong ligand, and outer orbital complexes are formed by the weak ligand. And last point is that experimental magnetic moment value of this complex is lesser than theoretical magnetic value, and it is higher than the theoretical magnetic value. So here in this way we can give the 4 point of differences between inner and outer orbital complex.